At Mission Animal Hospital, we have many layers that improve access to care, and social work right now is one of the most transformative to helping people access care. It's a unique program, it's revolutionary, and with our urgent care capacity and the demand, we're able to help more people. We're able to offer more grants, more payment plans, so it's essentially helping more people access care. So it's really important.
I think at Mission as a whole, we're focused on preserving the human-animal bond and supporting the human-animal bond. And that sounds kind of like this big, lofty idea, and what does that really look like in practice? But to me, that looks like Terra coming in the morning, in tears, thinking, I can't lose this cat. This was my son's cat. And then seeing her walk out the door that day with a smile on her face, knowing he's in good hands, and a couple days later, walking out the door with him in tow, with Rocky in good health, and knowing that the two of them get to go on and live their life together and preserve that bond is really what our mission looks like, and my mission as a social worker looks like in practice.
Andy and Rocky were very close. I mean, Rocky is quite the cat. You can't not love Rocky. His eyes were just lit up. To have that love. Rocky was his first pet on his own. I'm just glad that I have them as a reminder of how much love Andy had for people and for animals. It was important that I tried to get him the help that he needed. I couldn't lose him. I already lost Andy.
The cool thing about veterinary social work is it can look a lot of different ways depending on the exact setting that you're in. I think even what it looks like here at Mission is really different than what it looks like at other veterinary hospitals in the area.
Usually when I'm sleeping, Daisy comes in and lays next to me right here, and then Rocky gets up and lays on my head right here. And he didn't do it, so then I kept calling for him, and I'm thinking, I was hoping that he didn't get outside or something. And then I found him underneath the futon. And then when he saw me, he started wailing. I knew something was wrong because that's not, I need something. This is, I'm hurt. Then the next day it got bad, the wailing continued. Everywhere I called told me that it probably was a urinary tract infection and it's very serious and he needs care now. And I would go to an emergency thing thinking that I'm gonna get help. I get in there and Rocky's screaming and wailing. All they wanted to know was how much money I had. I only had my rent, and I had $522, and they're telling me it's gonna cost over $2,000, and they have to have that before they'll even look at him. So I walked out of that urgent care. I got in the car, and I went to several urgent cares in the middle of the night, and around 2 o'clock in the morning, I started telling a woman at an urgent care in St. Paul, I just needed help because I think he's gonna die tonight. And that's when she said that, have you ever heard of Mission's Animal Hospital? And I'm like, no. She says, they'll help you. And I'm like, are you sure? And she says, absolutely. I was waiting to have to tell him how much money I have. I was already thinking that I was gonna have to go home and hold him till he died. As soon as I walked in and I stood there and I just took a breath because I had to go and tell them what's been going on. And before I could even tell anybody, they came out and took him back for me and took him to see what was wrong.
So when I first met Terra, I think Rocky was already kind of being worked on by our vet staff, but I went in just to kind of touch base with Terra a little bit, see how she was doing with kind of all of the stress of the situation. You know, it's always stressful to bring your pet in when they're having an emergency, and I learned about how Rocky had been Terra's son, Andy's cat, before Andy passed, and she shared a lot with me about that situation and just, I think, how much more having Rocky around meant to her because of that connection he provided to Andy. Like all of us, you know, we all have a financial limit when it comes to our pet's care. I tell clients all of the time, for some people that's $50, for some people it's $50,000. For most of us, it's, you know, it's somewhere in between.
They have a social worker here for the animals and for the people. I found that amazing because I was in distress. I didn't know what to do, and I had somebody there that was there to help me.
Very few hospitals have social workers. It's a revolutionary new component of veterinary care. It's a new emerging field. We're lucky that we have one of, I think, 3 in the state, and we're really proud of the program that we're able to offer our clients.
Daisy and Rocky are my only companion. My parents are gone, my brother's gone, my son's gone. When my children are gone, that's all I have is Rocky to talk to and Daisy. I don't know what I would have done if Rocky hadn't made it. Rocky wouldn't be here if there wasn't Mission Hospital. People need to know the difference that you make in people's lives.